Picture this, the sunny, rolling hills of Austin, Texas. We've got four wealthy friends, two couples, who seem to have it all. Perfect homes, perfect careers, a perfect life. But as you know, looks can be deceiving, because under all that gloss was a tangled mess of secrets, obsession, and eventually, murder. Let's dive into how this picture-perfect life completely imploded. When police showed up at this luxury cabin in the hill country, they walked into pure chaos. Shattered glass, blood, but it was this one phrase they found, scribbled down, that told the real story. A passion worth killing for. I mean, that one line tells you everything, doesn't it? This wasn't just some random act. This was something dark, something personal. And whatever happened, it happened terrifyingly fast. Take a look at this. Just 11 minutes. That's all it took to destroy a 15-year friendship. 3 gunshots in 11 minutes, and a lifetime of secrets came to a violent, bloody end. So to really understand what happened in those 11 minutes, we have to start at the end, with what the police found that night. So what did first responders walk into? A total nightmare. Shattered crystal, blood soaking into expensive rugs, and one person lying dead on the cold limestone floor. It was an absolutely brutal finish to what, literally just 3 months earlier, looked like the perfect life shared by 4 of Austin's brightest stars. So how on earth did we get here? To understand that, you gotta know the players. 4 friends whose perfect lives were built on a foundation of secrets just waiting to crack. On the surface, you've got Rachel, the successful, free-spirited yoga mogul. But secretly, she's still hung up on her college boyfriend, Marcus. Her husband, Jamie, is a ruthless tech investor whose drive for success has morphed into a dangerous obsession with control. Then there's Marcus, the brilliant, dependable surgeon who's still madly in love with Rachel. And finally, his wife, Olivia. Sophisticated, quiet, and secretly watching every single move, documenting every betrayal. And this wasn't some new drama. Oh no, we're talking 15 years. Ever since they all met back at UT Austin, this group has been a pressure cooker of unspoken feelings and carefully guarded secrets. They built their entire adult lives together, all while hiding what they really wanted from each other. So what was the tipping point? You're not gonna believe this. A weekend trip to the cabin. A little too much wine, a storm raging outside, and a seemingly harmless game of truth or dare. That's all it took to light the fuse on 15 years of pent-up tension. And this is the moment the whole charade just shattered. When asked about her biggest regret, it wasn't Rachel who confessed. It wasn't Marcus. It was Olivia, the quiet one. Her admission just hung there in the air, and you could feel the entire dynamic shift. That single confession cracked the door open. And later that stormy night, Rachel and Marcus walked right through it. The affair had begun. But of course, what happened at the cabin didn't stay at the cabin. That one night of passion turned into something way, way more dangerous. It actually split off into 2 separate, terrifying obsessions. And this just lays it out perfectly. You've got 2 men losing their minds in completely different ways. On one side, you have Jamie, the tech guy, going full Big Brother. Tracking software, hidden cameras, monitoring every single text. It's cold, calculated surveillance. Then you have Marcus, the surgeon, whose obsession is hot, reckless, and physical. Showing up at her yoga studio, ambushing her on her running trail, his professional composure was just gone. And just when you think this situation can't get any more complicated, bam, Rachel finds out she's 8 weeks pregnant. Suddenly, this secret affair isn't just a secret anymore. It's a ticking time bomb. Because now there's a baby involved, and a future that hangs in the balance. With a baby on the way, the secrets just couldn't be contained any longer. The whole carefully built house of cards was about to come crashing down, and it was going to happen in the most public way possible. And the breaking point? A hospital parking garage. Jamie's tracking software leads him right to Rachel and Marcus. And what happens next is just insane. A brutal fistfight between a tech millionaire and the top surgeon. It's all caught on security cameras, the whole ugly mess. And it ends with Jamie's chilling threat, a promise of what he was about to unleash. For Rachel, the absolute horror hit home when she found it, Jamie's secret command center, a room full of screens, files, tracking every single stolen moment she'd had. That's when she realized she wasn't just in an affair, she was in a cage. Her husband wasn't her partner, he was her warden. This discovery, this horrifying realization, sets the stage for the final act. Everyone is drawn back, manipulated into returning to the one place where this all started, for a final, deadly showdown. But they didn't all just happen to end up there. Oh no, someone was pulling the strings, and that someone was Olivia. She plays it like a chess master. First, she secretly shows Marcus the proof of Jamie's surveillance, fanning the flames of his rage. Then, she's the one who suggests the one last weekend at the cabin to sort everything out. All the while, she's whispering in both men's ears, pushing them right toward the violent explosion she knows is coming. So they're all back at the cabin. The security cameras captured the whole thing. At 10:47 p.m., Rachel throws the positive pregnancy test in the trash. About a half hour later, Olivia starts talking. And she doesn't just expose the recent affair. She unloads 15 years of secrets. Then, at 11:46, just 1 minute before the first shot rings out, Jamie pulls his gun. But in a twist nobody saw coming, he doesn't point it at Marcus. He doesn't point it at Rachel. He points it straight at Olivia. And that right there, that's the key that unlocks this entire tragedy. This wasn't just a spontaneous crime of passion. This was the final move in a game that had been played for 15 long years. You see, when the police started their investigation, they figured Jamie's high-tech surveillance setup was going to be the mother lode of evidence. But they were looking in the wrong place. The real archive, the one that told the whole twisted story, belonged to Olivia. And the stuff she had collected was just mind-blowing. This wasn't just about the recent affair. She had photos of secret looks they shared in college. She had copied pages from Rachel's private journals. She had recordings of Jamie's angry rants, financial records for his PIs. She had been building a case against all of them for more than a decade. And this quote, found in her notes, it tells you everything you need to know about her motive. This was never about simple revenge. For her, this was about survival, a twisted game where the only way to win was to be the only one left on the board. So, after the smoke cleared, what was the final score? Rachel was dead. Jamie got 20 years for her murder. Marcus lost his entire career as a surgeon, but managed to avoid jail time. And Olivia, for her testimony, she got a much lighter sentence. She was, in the end, the last one standing. Just like she planned.
It just leaves you with this one haunting question, right? 4 people had their lives completely destroyed by secrets and obsession. But when a friendship turns into a 15-year-long game of revenge, you have to wonder, does anybody really win?